Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. Next up, we've got Nick Klein versus Andrey Pulyaev to keep this card rolling. Two guys with even odds, but very different ideas of what fighting looks like. One wants to grab your legs and smother you like he's folding laundry. The other might knock your head off or just stare at you for 15 minutes deciding whether to. Let's break it down. Nick Blue Collar Klein coming in at minus 115 with a record of 6-2. And when he says blue collar, he means the guy who double legs you through a drywall panel, puts in a full shift, grinding you into the canvas, then clocks out without a scratch on him. Klein is the type of fighter who doesn't come to throw hands so much as shake yours while dragging you to the floor. His base is wrestling with a purple belt in BJJ, and he treats the mat like his cousin's job site. Total control, non-stop pressure, and you're not standing up until the whistle blows. He's secured 3 rear naked chokes, and according to everyone who's rolled with him, his squeeze is tighter than a TSA line on Thanksgiving. Klein sets up his wrestling with a pretty basic striking toolkit: jab, push kick, and left hook, like a Dollar General Dustin Poirier. But it's not about flash with Klein. He uses strikes like a magician uses distraction. He doesn't care if you're impressed. He just wants you looking the wrong way when he shoots that double. He was a Wisconsin State wrestling finalist, so you know he's been chewing on takedown drills and bratwurst since age 12. His top control is suffocating, not smothering like wet blanket. I mean, you owe rent for being under him levels of control. Now the red flags, his striking is slow, and I mean emailing a fax kind of slow. He moves forward chin up like he's trying to win a free nap. And when he fought Mansour Abdulmalik in his UFC debut, he got absolutely melted. You could see that chin poking out like a doorknob in a thunderstorm, just asking to be struck. Andrey Pulyaev coming in at minus 115 with a record of 9-3. And here we have Andrey Pulyaev, a southpaw who looks like he was built in a lab that only studied UFC Fight Pass knockouts. He's got 5 of those, meaning he's got some real pop. But you wouldn't have known that from his UFC debut, where he threw fewer punches than your average mime. Pulyaev fights like someone who just realized the lights are on very bright in the UFC octagon. He landed 18 significant strikes in 3 rounds, which is about 1 every 10 seconds, not counting the ones he missed while thinking about them first. Still, you can't teach power, and he has it. The good news, he's got an 85% takedown defense rate, which means he doesn't just fall over when you grab a leg. That's going to be important here, because Klein will be diving for those legs like a kid chasing fireflies. And Pulyaev's reach advantage gives him the tools to keep Klein honest if he actually decides to throw. He also has 2 submission wins on record, so he's not helpless if the fight hits the mat. But let's be honest, if Klein turns this into a wrestling match, those subs better come quick, because Pulyaev's bottom game isn't a known weapon yet. He's still new to the UFC. That debut loss to Christian Leroy Duncan showed he's got work to do on volume and urgency. But his style has that kind of latent danger, like a microwave with the door taped shut. Looks harmless. Until boom. So, who wins? If Pulyaev stays upright and lets his hands go, he can absolutely win this. He's the more dangerous striker, has the better reach, and could make Klein pay for every chin-up shot entry. But that's a lot of ifs for a guy who's coming off an 18-strike performance. Klein's going to come in with his hard hat, lunch pail, and a note from the HR department: initiate grind mode. He's going to shoot, clinch, mat return, repeat. If he avoids eating a big left hook on the way in, he can wear Pulyaev out and steal rounds with top control. His biggest risk is that he leaves his chin exposed or slows down after a few failed shots, because Pulyaev doesn't need many chances to change the whole fight. Official pick Nick Klein by decision. He might not be pretty, and it might not be fun, but it'll be effective. Expect takedowns, top control, and maybe a couple moments where he nearly gets caught, but powers through like a union worker on overtime. Pulyaev's dangerous, but until he pulls the trigger more consistently, Klein's wrestling grind is the safer bet. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.